Hey everyone, John Green here. Ever feel like happiness is this elusive thing, always just out of reach? We chase promotions, bigger houses, the perfect Instagram feed, all in the name of happiness. But what if happiness isn't about the destination, but the journey? That's the question at the heart of the Happiness Project by Gretchen Rubin. Rubin, a successful writer, realizes one day that despite having a seemingly perfect life, she isn't truly happy. She decides to embark on a year-long experiment, testing out different theories and practices to unlock the secrets to a happier life. Rubin approaches happiness like a scientist, with curiosity and a healthy dose of skepticism. She dives into research, consults experts, and even draws inspiration from great thinkers like Benjamin Franklin. So, are you ready to unlock your own happiness? Let's dive in. Rubin structures her experiment around 12 resolutions, each focusing on a different aspect of happiness. She starts in January with boosting her energy. Because let's face it, when we're exhausted, it's hard to find the energy to be happy. She tackles this resolution by focusing on sleep, exercise, and decluttering her physical space. Think of it like clearing out the cobwebs in your mind by tidying up your surroundings. Rubin focuses on being more present and appreciative of her loved ones. Because sometimes, all it takes to feel happy is to remind ourselves of the love that surrounds us. Throughout the Happiness Project, Rubin emphasizes that happiness isn't a one-size-fits-all formula. What works for one person might not work for another. She's not trying to create a rigid set of rules, but rather a framework for discovering what brings you joy. Each month, she dives into a new resolution, experimenting with different strategies and reflecting on what resonates with her. She tries everything from keeping a gratitude journal to acting more energetic, even when she doesn't feel like it. Some experiments are resounding successes, while others fall flat. This willingness to embrace both the highs and lows of her journey is what makes the Happiness Project so relatable. Alright, let's kick things off with January, where Gretchen dives headfirst into boosting her energy. Now, this isn't about suddenly becoming a marathon runner or chugging espresso like it's water. It's about making small, sustainable changes to combat those everyday energy zappers. One of her first targets? You guessed it, sleep. We've all heard it a million times, but Gretchen really puts it to the test, prioritizing those precious 8 hours. And guess what? More sleep equals more energy. Who knew? But it's not all about catching Z's. Gretchen also discovers the power of exercise. Even short bursts of activity, like taking the stairs or a brisk walk, can make a world of difference. Gretchen finds that a clean, organized space translates to a clearer, more focused mind. Section 2. February. Remembering love. Next up, February. Love is in the air. And no, we're not just talking about Valentine's Day chocolates. Gretchen dedicates this month to strengthening the bonds with the people who matter most. And it's not just about grand gestures. One of Gretchen's key takeaways? Being present. Put down the phone, step away from the screens, and truly engage with the people around you. Listen attentively, ask meaningful questions, and really be there in the moment. Tell your partner you love them. Call your parents just to say hi. Write a thank you note to a friend who brightens your day. This month is about letting go of negativity and focusing on cultivating loving, supportive relationships. Section 3. Finding what works for you. Now, it's important to remember that the Happiness Project isn't about blindly following Gretchen's every move. It's about discovering what works for you. Throughout the book, she encourages readers to identify their own happiness roadblocks and experiment with different strategies. The key is to pay attention to what brings you joy and make conscious choices to incorporate those things into your life. Gretchen's journey reminds us that happiness isn't a destination, but an ongoing process. Section 1. March. Aiming higher. March rolls around and Gretchen tackles a resolution that resonates with many of us, aiming higher. But hold on, before you picture climbing Mount Everest, remember, this project is about sustainable change, not overnight transformations. Gretchen decides to challenge herself intellectually by diving into new books and taking on projects that push her comfort zone. This isn't about becoming an expert overnight, but about the joy of learning and expanding your horizons. She also explores the idea of acting the part. Want to be more confident? Act confident, even if you don't feel it initially. And here's a big one, tackling procrastination. Section 2. April, lightening up. After a month of pushing herself, Gretchen dedicates April to lightening up. Because guess what? Happiness isn't all about self-improvement and achieving goals. Sometimes it's about letting loose and embracing the simple joys in life. Gretchen makes a conscious effort to incorporate more fun and laughter into her days. She watches comedies, spends time with playful people, and even allows herself to indulge in silly activities without judgment. This month is a reminder that play isn't just for kids. So, dust off that board game, call up your funniest friend, and let loose. Section 3. The power of small steps. As we journey through March and April with Gretchen, one key theme emerges: the power of small steps. The Happiness Project isn't about making radical, overnight changes. It's about the cumulative effect of small, consistent actions. Think of it like building a muscle. Start with small, manageable changes and gradually build from there. One day it's prioritizing sleep. The next it's expressing gratitude to a loved one. These seemingly small actions, when practiced consistently, can lead to significant shifts in our overall well-being. Section 1. May. Be serious about play. Welcome back to the Happiness Project. It's May, and things are about to get playful. Remember those childhood hobbies you abandoned somewhere between adulthood and responsibility? Well, Gretchen's about to remind you why they matter. This month is all about rediscovering the joy of hobbies. Gretchen tries her hand at everything from photography to singing lessons, reminding us that life shouldn't be all work and no play. The key is to find activities that spark your interest and allow you to tap into your creativity or competitive spirit. Whether it's losing yourself in a good book, trying a new recipe, or finally learning to play that instrument you've always dreamt of, make time for play. Section 2. June. Make time for friends. June arrives, and Gretchen turns her attention to something we all crave: connection. This month is a tribute to friendship, reminding us that strong social bonds are crucial for happiness. Gretchen makes a conscious effort to nurture her relationships, scheduling regular phone calls, planning outings, and simply being more present when she's with her friends. Even small gestures, like sending a thoughtful text or making time for a quick coffee date, can go a long way in strengthening those bonds. Remember, quality trumps quantity when it comes to meaningful connections. This month is also about expanding your social circle. You never know who you might meet. Section 3. The importance of connection. As we journey through May and June with Gretchen, one thing becomes abundantly clear. Humans are social creatures. We thrive on connection, whether it's through shared laughter with friends, the thrill of a team sport, or the quiet intimacy of a heart-to-heart conversation. The Happiness Project serves as a powerful reminder that making time for play and nurturing our friendships isn't frivolous. It's essential for our well-being. Remember, happiness isn't a solitary pursuit. So, pick up the phone, gather your friends, and let the good times roll. Section 1. July. Buy some happiness. July arrives, and Gretchen tackles a topic that often sparks debate: money and happiness. Can you really buy happiness? Well, it's not as simple as you might think. This month, Gretchen explores how our financial habits and spending choices can influence our overall well-being. She emphasizes that it's not about amassing wealth, but about aligning our spending with our values. Gretchen encourages us to be mindful consumers, investing in experiences and things that truly bring us joy, rather than fleeting material possessions. It's a reminder that generosity is its own reward. Section 2. August. Contemplate the heavens. August brings a shift inward as Gretchen explores the realm of spirituality and mindfulness. Now, before you picture incense and chanting, remember, spirituality can take many forms. This month is about connecting with something larger than ourselves, whether it's through religion, nature, or simply taking time for quiet reflection. Gretchen experiments with different practices, from meditation to attending religious services, to find what resonates with her. Taking time to connect with our inner selves, to reflect on our values and purpose, can bring a sense of peace, clarity, and yes, even happiness. Section 3. Finding meaning and purpose. As we delve into July and August with Gretchen, we encounter themes that extend far beyond fleeting pleasures or material possessions. These months are about seeking meaning and purpose, both in our everyday lives and in the grand scheme of things. Whether it's aligning our spending with our values, finding joy in generosity, or connecting with something larger than ourselves through spirituality, these pursuits tap into a deeper level of happiness. The Happiness Project reminds us that true happiness isn't a destination. It's a journey of self-discovery. It's about experimenting, exploring different paths, and embracing the ups and downs along the way. Section 1. September. Pursue a passion. It's September, back to school season, and Gretchen's resolution for this month is all about reigniting that spark of passion. Remember those childhood dreams you tucked away in a dusty box labeled someday? Well, Gretchen's here to remind you that someday is now. This isn't about quitting your day job and becoming a rock star overnight. Unless that's your thing, then go for it. It's about carving out time for activities that set your soul on fire, whether it's writing that novel you've always dreamed of, learning a new language, or finally taking those dance classes you've been eyeing. The key is to find something that brings you joy, challenges you, and allows you to tap into your unique talents and passions. So, dust off those paintbrushes, dig out that old guitar, and make time for the things that make your heart sing. Section 2. October. Pay attention. October arrives, and Gretchen's resolution for this month is deceptively simple, yet profoundly impactful. Pay attention. In our fast-paced, technology-driven world, it's all too easy to move through life on autopilot, our minds racing from one task to the next, rarely pausing to truly experience the present moment. Gretchen challenges herself and us to cultivate mindfulness in everyday life. This isn't about becoming a meditation guru, but about bringing a heightened awareness to our thoughts, feelings, and sensations throughout the day. She encourages us to savor simple pleasures, like the taste of our morning coffee, the warmth of the sun on our skin, or the sound of laughter shared with loved ones. It's about appreciating the beauty in the mundane and finding moments of peace amidst the chaos. This month is a reminder that happiness isn't always about grand gestures or extraordinary experiences. It's often found in the quiet moments, the small details, and the simple act of paying attention to the world around us. Section 3. The happiness of present moment awareness. As we explore September and October alongside Gretchen, we uncover a powerful truth. Happiness often eludes us when we're constantly chasing after it in the future or dwelling on the past. True contentment, it seems, is often found in the here and now. When we pursue our passions with wholehearted enthusiasm, we tap into a flow state, losing ourselves in the creative process, the challenge, or the sheer joy of the activity. Time seems to stand still, and worries fade into the background. Similarly, when we make a conscious effort to pay attention to the present moment, we cultivate a sense of gratitude for the simple gifts in our lives. We notice the beauty around us, appreciate the people we love, and experience the fullness of each passing moment. The Happiness Project reminds us that happiness isn't a destination, it's a way of being. It's about finding joy in the journey, embracing the present moment, and living in alignment with our values and passions. Section 1. The Happiness Toolkit. So, there you have it, folks. We've journeyed through a year of the Happiness Project with Gretchen Rubin, uncovering a treasure trove of insights and strategies for boosting well-being. Think of this video as your crash course in happiness, a toolkit you can refer back to whenever you need a little boost. Remember those 12 resolutions Gretchen tackled? Each one offered valuable lessons about the things that contribute to a happier, more fulfilling life. We learned the importance of taking care of our physical energy, nurturing our relationships, setting ambitious goals, embracing play, and finding meaning in our everyday lives. But here's the thing. The Happiness Project isn't a one-size-fits-all prescription for happiness. What worked for Gretchen might not work for you, and that's okay. The real magic of this book lies in its ability to inspire us to embark on our own journeys of self-discovery, to experiment with different strategies, and find what truly sparks joy in our own lives. Section 2. Your Happiness Project awaits. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, John, but where do I even begin? Well, my friend, that's the beauty of it. Your Happiness Project can be whatever you want it to be. There are no rules, no right or wrong answers, just a journey of exploration and self-discovery. Start by asking yourself some key questions. What truly matters to you? What are your values? What activities bring you joy? What are some small changes you can make in your daily life to prioritize your well-being? Once you have a clearer sense of what you're hoping to achieve, break down your goals into small, manageable steps. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is lasting happiness. It's about making small, consistent changes over time that add up to a more fulfilling life. Section 3. Embrace the journey. As you embark on your own happiness project, remember this. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns, moments of joy and moments of frustration. That's all part of the process. Don't get discouraged if you hit a roadblock or if a particular strategy doesn't resonate with you. Embrace the journey with a spirit of curiosity and experimentation. Be kind to yourself, celebrate your successes, and learn from your setbacks. And most importantly, remember that happiness isn't a destination, it's a way of traveling. So, go forth, my friend, and create your own happiness project. The world needs more joy, more laughter, and more people living lives that are true to themselves. And who knows, maybe your journey will inspire others to embark on their own quests for happiness.